Hello everybody, it's Ivan from Cointuitive. In this video I'm going to show you how I analyze the market for signals on the Dow Theory. Let's first start with my references to the Dow Theory. The most useful book that I found is this one here, Dow Theory for the 21st Century by Jack Shanep. And actually this is his website, so he has a subscription service which I used to be a member of. And yeah, obviously his work is much more advanced than what I do, but for my purposes what I have been doing seems to be sufficient. So I have here RStudio. The first thing is to load the quant mode package. And then let's get some data. Let's get the S&P 500. The Yahoo symbols for it is GSPC. We're gonna retrieve all the history. Oops. Okay, and total sign equals false means that the result will be returned into the variable. Now, to get a quick idea what's happening, we can quickly plot. Actually, I have an example somewhere here. Okay, so let's plot the last 2 years, about 2017 onwards of the S&P 500. The chart title will be S&P 500 and you want it a little bit bigger. Okay, so that's pretty neat, right? What's visible immediately is that the market has been on a prolonged bull trend, almost without any significant corrections, and recently, about end of February, significant correction has started to develop. And what's really important is that this three kind of point pattern on the S&P 500, which is very significant for the Dow Theory. Now, you see how easy it's actually to show a chart with the regular plot function. What I don't like here is that I can see the top and the most recent bottom, but I cannot really spot the numbers right away, right? If I'm to check the numbers here, what I need to do is something like, well, this maximum happened, so I can do maximum of add GSPC over 2018, for example. This will give me the top, right? This will give me this point here, the peak. For the minimum, let's say if I don't know which one is the minimum, I gotta be more careful. So this minimum was reached early March, so I need to say something for the minimum. I need to say something of GSPC 2018 minus 01 minus 01 until 2018 minus 0315. So, and this will give me the bottom, which is here. Now, this is why instead of using the regular plot function, which I believe comes from the XTS package, what I'm going to use is the plotly package. And you'll see what is the difference immediately. Now here in my history window, I have done some preparations before. So first we need, unfortunately these more advanced packages, they will produce somewhat better graphs, which have some advantages, but at the same time they require everything to be a data frame, so there is a little bit more preparation that needs to happen. But you will see what is the advantage. So let's first create a data frame. We'll call it T, and it has two columns, date, which is actually, instead of doing that, I can simply get what I have here and edit it. Row names equals nodes means that there are no row names, and we get only the GSPC in 2018. So now we can inspect our data frame. Okay, it looks like exactly as we expected it. And now we can create the hover text. That's actually what will contain some information about the current point. And yeah, so we created the hover text, and now we are ready to create the plot, the exact plot. The data frame is T and X, and then let's add a single line to the plot. Add line, close, okay. Right, and now we can actually show the plot. Now, okay, so this is the plot. Like, whether you like it better than the one before, it's not clear. But what is important is this one is a little bit more interactive. You see, as I hover over the data frame, I can see exactly the values that I'm talking about. So that's a big advantage, because just by, quickly going through the chart, we can tell what are the important levels. So the top was at 2872, and this point here was at 2581. 2872, 2581 over 2872. So this is about 11% or 10% correction. So this correction is about 10%, which is significant. And then we have a bounce, which developed here. Right, and this bounce is like almost recovered more than half of the losses, right? So this is also a significant bounce. And now this, because this is kind of a bottom with significant higher levels on both sides, this level becomes critical. In other words, for the Dow theory, it's important that the market doesn't cross this level. Well, it might cross on one index, but not on all three of them, the three being S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the Dow Jones Transportation Average. If such a formation happens on two of them, and the market breaks at least on two of them this level, then the Dow theory issues a signal. So here we can see that the important level for the S&P 500 is 2581, and the level that we reached on Friday's close is 2588, which is about $7 higher than this one. In other words, on the S&P 500, Friday, we didn't trigger a sell signal on the S&P 500. Now, to see the difference, let's load the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Probably this one, right? Okay, and then do a similar transformations as we did for the S&P 500. So DGI and DGI, okay, and then we are pretty much ready to create the new plot and to add the important line. Now here, let's just call it Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's pretty well, yeah. And then we can show P. And now you see what happened. This level here was 25. I didn't update the hover text. Oh. Yeah, something is wrong here. Yeah, we need to update also the hover text. The hover text is giving us the problem. So this line here is needs to be reattached, reevaluated, because otherwise it won't. It still gives me the old values. And so let's start with a new plot, and then we add the line again and we print P. Okay, so now we have this new chart. We can see that right now we are reporting the Dow Jones Industrial Value. So the peak was 26,600. This level was 23,860, and the Friday close was below this level. It was 23,53 on Friday, March 23rd. You can see that on the 22nd, we were here 23,57, so we haven't penetrated this level. So now what do we have? On the S&P 500, doesn't confirm the Dow Jones Industrial, and by the way, the Dow Jones Transportation doesn't confirm the Dow Jones Industrial. In other words, we have one of the three indexes below the significant correction level. If any of the other two give similar signal Monday or anytime next week without reaching new highs, which means breaking this level here on the Dow, that means that we have if an event like that happens, it will mean that the market is in what I call the no man's land, when you should be just out of the market. There is no bear market going on yet, by definition, but we have received a sell signal and we don't go short on the stock market for various reasons. So that's why I call it the no man's land. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and until the next time.